The reason that we need to plan better for incidents involving animals is because they are the crosscutter. Whatever the operational context, whatever emergency responder, we may find animals at small scale incidents right through to wide scale emergencies or disasters. And they present risks and they present tactical challenges that I don't think we've really necessarily understood and trained and planned for historically. So this is really important that we understand the crosscutter aspect of the animal and that we have the basic understanding so that we can make appropriate decisions, whether we're planning for instance or whether responding. There are certain aspects of planning for an emergency involving animals that will assist responders on the scene. And a key one is the site-specific risk information that can be gathered from knowledge of local risks where animals are present and the planning for those situations. Site-specific risk information is around anticipating and understanding risks that present to emergency responders in the initial stages of an incident. Therefore, it's really important to go and assess operational risk and how animals will impact on us. In a domestic environment, crews can turn up to an incident and encounter pretty much any type of animal. And they're much harder to plan for. And understanding that they may be present is important so that we can be looking for signs and our situational awareness is improved. But there are other situations where animals are housed or kept on a permanent basis where we can get a much better understanding of the risks that they pose, and we can preemptively think about the sources of specialist advice that will give us the best chance of resolving that incident safely. At an incident, we're going to draw on all of the sources of information that we possibly can. Some of those will come from a planning stage, some of them will be on the day, situational awareness. And really this is what this training is all about, is helping people to use this tool set to understand the nature of the situation and to put in the key control measures that are required. It's important that we focus on a casualty-centred plan with sound welfare principles and safe systems of work. Remember, dealing with animals can be predictably unpredictable. Some animals will need containing, and this containment may be a physical capture, physical restraint, physical containment option. Others, it will need to be a chemical solution. Some will need to be chemically controlled to reduce that responsiveness, to reduce the danger, and therefore we will need to use specialists from our veterinary community to support that incident. Where an animal is not viable on the basis of safety or on welfare grounds, then we're going to need to think about euthanasia as part of our tactical plan. And again, that's where we're going to be reliant on someone from another agency to support us at the scene of an incident. An essential part of the plan to consider is the final destination for any animal or the release of that animal. Because often it will be our responsibility under law for the impact that will have on the animal in terms of suffering or the safety of everybody around us. So it's important that if you feel out of your comfort zone, if the animal component is stretching you beyond your capabilities or skill sets, that you know who you can call to support you in the form of a tactical advisor or another agency or internal resource with the specialist skill sets that you require. For this next task, think about the type of animal housing that you will encounter in your operational area, whether you have sufficient information about the hazards you will face if you have to go there, and what sources of specialist advice might you be drawing on if you did have an incident occurring in one of those premises.